Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be learning about geometry generator symbology. Geometry generator symbology is a very powerful tool in QGIS that allows us to create custom symbols for our map features using QGIS's expressions. So instead of relying on predefined symbols or the standard QGIS symbols, we can generate geometries dynamically based on the properties of our layer to meet our specific purpose. So one of the key reasons why we will choose geometry generator symbology over the standard QGIS symbology tools is it enables us to implement very complex visualizations that might not be possible using the standard symbols in QGIS. So we'll be exploring 3 practical examples for points, lines, and polygon layers. By the end of this video, we should have a solid understanding of how to use geometry generator to enhance our map visualization. So let's get into it. We will start by creating a dynamic buffer on our capital point layer using a population capacity value, which we can find in our attribute table of the layer. So to do that, we are first going to right click on the layer and then select properties. We are then going to navigate to symbology and we'll then click the add symbol. So by adding a new add symbol, we can create complex visualization that combines multiple styles and geometries. So when we select the symbol maker in our symbol layer type, we can select the geometry generator. As you can see, we are presented with 3 input fields. The first one is a symbol layer field, which we are already familiar with. It helps us choose different symbol layer types. The second input is the geometry type input, which tells QGIS what the output geometry should be. So it could be either a polygon, a line, or a point. Since we are creating a buffer, a dynamic buffer for this example, we will select a polygon for this field. The next field is a units field, which specifies the measurement units used for any geometric transformation in our expression. It ensures accuracy and appropriateness of our generated geometries. So for the units field, we have map units, which uses units defined by our coordinate reference system. So for geographic coordinate reference system, the unit will be in degrees. For a projected coordinate reference system, the unit could be in meters or feet. We can check the reference system of your layer by going to informations. And then, so I can see that here we are using meters. The coordinate reference system is EPSG. And then the units is in meters, which it tells me that it's a projected coordinate reference system. So for map units, it's usually used for real world measurements, like creating a buffer, like what we are doing in this example around the map. Another option is a pixel, which measures distances in screen pixels. This is useful for creating symbols that maintain a consistent size on the screen, regardless of the map zoom layer. So for example, if you need a fixed sized grid points, you would select the pixels. Another option is the millimeter and then the inches, which the millimeter measures distance in millimeter and the inches also in inches. So the millimeter in particular is mainly used for printing out to ensure consistent sizing in the printed output. So for this example, we will be selecting map units. And the last field we have is the expression field. This is where we write the actual code or formula that generates the new geometry. So QGIS provides us with various functions that we will be using to manipulate and create geometries based on our data in these tutorials. So we'll click on this symbol to open the expression dialog, and in the expression dialog we are going to just type buffer. So in the search we'll just search for buffer and then double click, and then we close our brackets. Buffer takes two options. As you can see in this example, it takes two required options. So we have our geometry and then we have our distance. So the distance is going to be the population capacity field of our layer. We can get that by clicking on fields and values, and when we scroll down we should be able to get the pop capacity. So we'll click on the pop capacity, and as we can see at the preview, the geometry is a polygon because it's a buffer. We click OK. Click OK. And then we have our buffer. Since the buffer is also red, we can change the symbology type of the buffer. Instead of making it simple fill, we will make it an outline. So now we have the size of our buffer is proportional to the population capacity of the capital. If you feel like it's too small for you, you can multiply it by a scalar factor. So you can multiply by 5, let's say, and when we click OK, now you have the size a bit bigger. So you can experiment with the size and see what sort of fits your particular specifications. So that will be the end for this example. Onwards towards the next example.